now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year, and what we are doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay,
we're doing the same thing.
And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities, and we're going to have to force change.
Well, Larry Fink's telling you there, he's forcing change. Now, what's the BlackRock CEO envisioning, and what is he trying to do? Well, as you've seen in the latest news, BlackRock files for a spot Bitcoin ETF with Coinbase as a crypto custodian. This is from Plan B here. He's saying, congratulations to all the Bitcoin sellers. For the last 2 months, you've been selling to BlackRock, front loading their ETF. So you see what's going on behind the scenes. What is to come with this ETF that could be passed? We haven't got it yet, the spot ETF, but what's to come? We'll be looking at this video. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you watch it to the end. What's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. Getting straight to it, we're taking a look at from Tony Guinea. He's saying he thinks the Bitcoin price could go higher to 27 to 28,000 very soon. This move is looking quite strong. Shorting right now is not optional. So for you day traders, whether you're swinging or you're scalping the market, right now Bitcoin's on an uptrend. And we've showed you this in previous videos, so we don't have to keep reiterating and keep showing the charts, but we'll get to what happens once this ETF could potentially pass. You see here, the US government owns way more Bitcoin than any other country. So why aren't they selling it? This is the test of all time. Why are they not selling it? What are they doing? What do they anticipate? Now, common sense is the Bitcoin price could be getting ready to gear up and blast off like a rocket because of the one thing that just happened. Altcoin Daily's talking about this too. What happens if this ETF is approved? Looking back at history, if history's any indication, this is the last time gold's ETF was passed back in November of 2004. And what happened? Up and to the right. How high did this go? Sorry, we said 2004, really 2003. Looking at the gold price chart, we pulled it out for you. You know the Bitcoin bros are going to do that, but gold's been around for some time. If you look back in the charts, 2003 is right here. This is right when it broke above this yellow trend line on the EMAs. It flipped this from resistance to support. And how high did it go? So if we take a measure move to see how high this went, and you can't really look at the time frame because you're looking from 2003 to 2011, so well over 8 years, but it went up over 500%. Looking at Bitcoin on the monthly chart, we have the EMAs as well. Now, the EMAs have always been in the green. The EMAs have been in the green since the EMA ribbon became a thing on the monthly. But one thing to note, it took 8 years for this to play out. It's not going to take Bitcoin 8 years for this to play out. So let's look on the weekly, a lower time frame. And this could be the indication that we are looking for and looking at, because you see, if you're looking at similar price action, Bitcoin was in the green, then in the red, and look at this yellow line. That's the line that the gold trend broke through and then retested. Looking back here, just to remind you, it broke through this fall down when we went in this bear cycle, and then we retested it, and then a bump and run pattern. Now, when will this approval happen? Time will tell. It could happen within the next year, but we could be getting this bump and run pattern. So if this is where Bitcoin catapults up to the next level, how high could we be going? Taking a look at the price action, this around the $25,000 threshold. If we go up 500%, how high could Bitcoin go? That would take Bitcoin up to roughly $155,000 Bitcoin. If we analyze the charts a little bit closer and see, with the fib extensions, if this is something that's realistic, it definitely is. Let's pull this back up to the previous high around the $69,000 peak. But if you look at the 2.618 level, that's up to 150,000. And through every bear cycle, we showed you some previous videos. If you pull from the bottom to the peaks always go up past the 1.618. And in Bitcoin's history, it's gone up to at least the 2.618. So is this in the realm of possibility? Most definitely. One thing we want you to pay attention to as well, once BlackRock enters into this space, what's coming next? You're going to have Van Eck. You're going to have Kathy Wood's ARK Invest and every other investment firm apply to be SEC approved. And that could be the catalyst that drives Bitcoin up, just not to 150, but potentially 250, 350, $500,000, and that's within the next bull cycle. Fast forwarding out to about 2030, where's Bitcoin going to be going? You have to ask yourself this. We're going to leave you with one snippet from Larry Fink, and what he's telling you is there's no interest. There's no interest at all. But this is a prime example of don't listen to what they say, but watch what they do.
Is it true that you're building out a cryptocurrency capability?
No. I mean, we're looking at it. We're looking at blockchain technologies, and we're looking at all the
But
crypto.
blockchain isn't crypto. Blockchain is just the underlying technology.
Well,
don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes.
But at some point they might. Do you need to be prepared?
I don't, at the moment, no. I have not heard from any one client they're looking to buy a cryptocurrency at this time. But right now, I can tell you it worldwide, I have not heard from one client who said, I need to be in this.
And if you look at his body language, when he's asked these questions, he's not looking him in the face. He looks down, he's a lot of movement, he's very jittery. He's talking very smoothly, but he's looking down at the ground. You have to look and see what body language is telling you, and that is a lie. It's happened in 2018, so it's not a recent video, it's 5 years ago, but the point is, don't listen to what they say, you gotta follow what they do. Larry Fink is not looking out for your best interest. He is not your friend. He does not want to tell you, oh yeah, eventually our clients are gonna want it and we're gonna try to get a Bitcoin ETF. No, they're gonna surprise you just how they did when there's a lot of fear in the market. The SEC just coincidentally went after Coinbase and Binance, the two biggest crypto exchanges globally, and then shortly thereafter, biggest investment firm, BlackRock, applying for a spot ETF for Bitcoin. Is this a coincidence? I'd say not. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today. And I'm out.